So you know one thing that's like it's kind of hard to figure out with drums is how to like properly like fill them in for like a good full sound. Like not to kick the snare or maybe the hi hat. Let's say those three. But like everything else, the little fills, and specifically in this example that come later is like shakers and stuff. Is how to get like that nice like full sound that really goes with everything else and blends with just like the right amount of layers because it's not one sound unless you like get a good sample out of a pack. That's still going to be a ton of layered shakers and everything else. So yeah, just like figured this out, which myself, which is probably like if any of you already know, you're like duh, that's how you do it. But yeah, it's pretty simple stuff. I think simple like methods and ideas that you can just put together with just about anything really. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So, like I was saying, filling up breaks with shakers and whatever else. Yeah, we'll see. So, for example, this project I'm working on, don't have a name, but I put some drums and some melodic stuff together. Sounds like this. Yeah. So these drums I'm really happy with. They're basically copied from another project I'm working on, which I think I put like a video or something. Like I think I broke it down or something, or put it like that stream test. I think it was. But anyway, yeah, I just tweaked a little bit. Basically, you have your kick, and then there's a snare right here, the hi hat. I'm still working on that. That's not the point. Kick, snare, basic hi hat. Basic hi hat's going, which would be this, and this. Let's say that's like your standard break right there. You have your kick, snare, and your hi hat. If it's like basic, okay, and then you want to fill up all the nice space around it with some shakers, some shuffles, stuff like that. So, what you can do is do a bit of layering, which is all this little block of stuff right here. And what you get as finished product, hopefully, or something close, is this. Cool. So how do we get there? Basically, I have one shaker loop, and it's doubled. So like a good way to really fill up space is doubling, but not just doubling, but then playing with the timing. That means offsetting it a bit. Like say you have one like smack dab in the grid, you have the next one just nudged forward just a little bit. Now we zoom in, they're both the same, but yeah, you can nudge them forward just a little bit like that, and that'll do it. Or in most programs, DAWs, you can go over here to like the track settings to the left side, and you can put delay on the track so the audio will come out just that much delay, just a few milliseconds, and that's all it really takes. The little offset will kind of smear the transients a little. It'll smear the audio so it feels a little, first of all, less tight, which is what you want when you want like a nice washy sound, and it'll be less focused. About the same. Yeah, it'll be offset, but for organization's sake, like mine, instead of I don't want like a track full of like things just nudge that way, and then I have to keep track of that, and then it'll just look weird. So for me, it still looks in time, but it's playing out of time over here. So that's one thing you can do. Just delay the track a little bit. Another thing you can do on top of that is panning, or basically doing what's called the Haas effect. So you have one signal, you double it, right? Then you pan one side however much you want to the left, the other one how much you want to the right. And then you delay the timing slightly, either using the trick I just showed you or just nudging it over in the grid. And that will provide some separation and kind of a fake stereo effect that's really cool. And that'll definitely work. Siri just popped up for whatever reason. Stereo, Siri, same thing. What was I saying? Yeah, you can do that. Sauce effect. Just Google it. There's a lot of plugins that'll do it for you, or you can just do it like that, a bit more manual, and you can really dial in the settings. And a double up on that is on that second copy, or however many copies you make, one extra copy, one or two extra copies, and doing this will work. But you will have to worry about phasing issues, is when the same frequency doubles, plays at the same time, but maybe they're out of phase just a little bit, means they're not smack dab time aligned, is you will get like weird artifacts, which could help or hurt your sound. But it's like this. That's the first one. And then this one is pitched down 2 semitones to give it even more desired effect. So it's just the one, right? And then the double is pitched down just a little bit and panned over to the right. And together you get, I don't have them panned too much, but we can do that real quick. Just extreme left, extreme right. You hear that stereo effect. There you go. So on top of that, we have another shaker. Now, this shaker, okay, so you can see over here, these first two layers I talked about, I have them timed with a 60% swing. I like everything swingy. If you listen to my music, you probably figure that out. But this one has a different timing with only 20% swing. So it's you swing the eighth notes. So like every other note that's not on the one and the two. So so you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So all the ands are nudged slightly forward or slightly backward out of time. So these are slightly more in time as like a strict grid would go, and the 60% ones are more out of time to give you that kind of push and pull feel, a little bit more groove. Now, since they're out of time, that adds a little bit more unfocusedness and a bit more wash to it, which really helps fill it in. And since this one's pan dead center while the other ones are left and right, you have more things filling in. And it's not really a pitch, it's more just like a sound, but you can tell it's a bit higher than the other ones. And it just has a bit different quality or character to it. So that really helps fill in. So altogether you have, yep, starting to fill in a bit more. Now you have a shuffle, and this is from the Think Break, which we all know. Yep. So similar deal. It's pitched up in time. It's just like nice little shuffle from it, shake or whatever. You just want to EQ all the nonsense out of it. You're gonna get that sibilant sound, the nice high pitched shaker sound, and it just fills in more space, but not as consistently as the other ones do, which are constantly like, and this one just like a, and that coming in every now adds more interest and it adds a little bit more feel and variation. So that's how you can fill it up. So now say you have this shuffle and you want to do like the trick with the other one, double it, pitch it down, whatever. You could do that for even more, but I stuck with that. Now we have a more filled out shaker from the Think Break again, I think. Yep. Yep, that's just more the shaker, but consistently. And it's a bit higher pitched. Another little different character. Not as loud, but it's in there enough to you know where it's gone. You know when it's gone, but you don't really pick it out when it's all there all together, which is a good thing. So all together we have, let's see if I remove it. So there's that subtle like hiss thing sound, and that really helps. Fill it in. Because even though it's a narrow spectrum up there in like the 5 to 16K part, when you, let's go to EQ real quick. Yeah, this one. So yeah, most of the information is between 5, 10K. Anything above that is kind of noisy. And you want to tame it down a bit depending on how much you're layering. Because too much high frequencies will kill your ears and just be annoying. And you don't want that. All right. And one more layer is a ride. Now you can have it going straight, which I have had at first, but then I reversed it and it sounded pretty cool. So straight, it's like this without that snare reverb kicking in. And over here, it's reversed. There we go. Now there's like little pops and clicks, but when everything's going, you really don't hear it, and it really helps fill in even more. So all together, you have. See? That's nice and full. Now you add some more hi-hats that I had beginning. That's the ghost kick. Never mind. You see where I'm going. It starts filling in more. Then you add the snare. And the kick. And basically, that's how you can do that. And now for a little processing, I like to bust all these together in one group. And basically, really like squash them together. Because you don't really need a whole lot of dynamic range. So you can just really get like the sausage fattener, compressor, or whatever, and really just pull it up. Get them nice and tight. And for added effect, you can sidechain it to the kick so they duck. And that pumping sound, that pumping like feeling, that up and down, it will help like emphasize it even more, and it'll keep the rhythm going. So, see, you might be able to hear it. See, that's just straight. And with the compressor, see it pumps a little bit. Yeah. For example, guys that are really good at this are GLXY. They do this a lot, and that's kind of who I picked it up from listening to their tunes. So check them out. But yeah, all together, you get a nice full break. So give it a shot. Let me know how it works out for you. Hopefully that helped. Basically, you want to play with timing and pitch and subtle layers here and there just to fill out frequencies. Even you can EQ out almost everything and just have like a little. Sorry if that hurt, but it will add to it. Just don't add too much, because well, too much of anything turns out bad. So yeah, that's how I feel about breaks. Now that I've learned how to do that. So all together again, for some context. Yeah, that's about it. Hope this helped. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you do this? Do you do anything else? I'm always looking for other people's workarounds, workflows, because I just kind of stumbled upon this. I've known it like as an idea, but I've never tried it, and it just happened to really work out. Because you listen to guys like LSB or Alex Perez, GLXY, anyone like in the liquid sound, Satl, Don Wall, and they all do it really well. And I just like, how do you do that? And it's subtle layering, pitching. On its own, all this pitching and doing weird stuff, it might sound kind of odd, but all together it makes one cohesive sound that's really nice. and fills out those drums, which everyone wants. So, yeah. See you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think.